Hi, boys and girls. As you can see, we are starting a new unit, and it's science. The last science unit we did was states of matter. So that was our solids, our liquids, our gases, and we did that when we were back in school. Then we did our social studies about communities, and now we're back to science. And now in science, we are learning about landforms and bodies of water. It is called the dynamic Earth. So we are going to learn all about Earth, the planet we live on. So landforms and bodies of water is what our Earth is made up of. So we have things like mountains, plateaus, and plains. Those are some large land features. And you might have never heard of a plateau or a plain. You've probably heard of a mountain, though. A mountain is a really tall body of land, and it goes up high, and it can sometimes have snow on top. A plateau is a landform that kind of has steep sides, but is flat on the top. So it goes up like a mountain, but then it's flat on the top. It's not pointy like a mountain is. And then you have plains, and a plain is just flat land. So a lot of farmers plant their crops and fruits and vegetables and flowers in a plain. So a plain is a lot of just flat land. And then we have bodies of water like a lake or an ocean. And right here, the ones they listed here, the body of water is Lake Ontario. The plateau is the Erie, Ontario. The plain is the Erie, Ontario plain. The plateau is the Tug Hill Plateau, and the mountain is the Adirondacks. Some of that might sound familiar to you because those are all landforms in a body of water in New York, right where we live. If you want, you can go swim in Lake Ontario, or you could go climb a mountain in the Adirondacks. This is the first page of your science workbook. It says lesson 1. And we are looking at the main question here. How can I identify various landforms and bodies of water? So the first thing we're going to do in this whole unit is talk about different landforms and bodies of water. I'm going to show you the picture of one landform. I want to find it for you. Where is the one I want to show you? Here it is. I want to show you a mountain. Okay, so in the middle here, I want you to write mountain. And then we're going to look at this landform and write a few words to help us describe a mountain. All right, let's read the definition. It says a mountain is a raised piece of land that is much larger than a hill and often steep. Steep means that there's very high and tall sides. So one word to describe a mountain would maybe be steep. It has steep sides. It makes it a little difficult to climb. That's why hiking a mountain is hard work, because the sides are so steep. Let's look at that mountain again. Are mountains very small, or are they large? Mountains are very large. So I would write large as another word to describe a mountain. Let's see if we can think of two more words that come to mind when we think or when we see a mountain? We could say it is raised. That means it's not a flat piece of land. We can say it's raised. That means it's high up. Raised land. And you can pause it if you need to. And finally, what do we sometimes see on a mountain? I think I see snow. So I'm going to write sometimes snowy. There's snow on there sometimes because of how high the mountains are. That means the mountain gets colder than normal. It gets cold up there, so it can get some snow on the top of that mountain. All right, let's go to the next page. So now I want to look, and you're going to do this with me, at different landforms and bodies of water. So we talked about a little bit about the mountains, plateaus, and plains we see in New York. Let's try to describe some other bodies of water and landforms that we can see. So mountains. Mountains are a landform with a peak that rises high above the surrounding area. So that is exactly, I'm going to see if I could copy it. That is exactly, can I copy it? What we're going to write here. So we're going to write on top, we're going to say mountains. I'm going to say a landform with a peak. That rises high above the surrounding area. You can pause and write that down. And our next step is to draw. We're going to draw a picture of a mountain. Let's see. Now, I know I don't have to remind you, but I'm really not a good artist, so just bear with me. So I know a mountain has a steep side, but a pointy top. And I'm going to draw two mountains here. Hey, I don't think that's too bad. Maybe I'll draw blue up there to show some snow. That's not too bad, Miss Murad. She's getting to be a better artist. What do you think? You can pause and write the definition of a mountain and draw your picture of a mountain. The next that I see is a plateau. Now this is a new one, I bet, for you. So let's write plateau. A plateau is actually very similar to a mountain. A plateau is a large, flat area of land. So I'm going to start writing that down. And I'm going to go back and forth, but you can pause it right after I'm done writing. A large, flat area of land that is higher than other areas of land. That surround it. So it is a piece of flat land, but it's high up, like a mountain. So if I was going to draw a picture of a plateau, I might draw it like okay, hold on, here we go with my bad drawing. Let me try it again. I would draw it with tall sides and a flat top. So it would go up like a mountain, but then it would go flat on the top and then go back down. So you can draw something like that to show a plateau. It's a large flat area of land that's higher than the other areas of land around it. So it's high like a mountain, but it's flat on the top. And this is what a picture of it would be. See how it's high up like a mountain? It's very high and tall, but it's flat on the top. A mountain is very steep, but it's pointed at the top. A plateau is flat. And that's all we're going to get to today for science. I can't wait to do more with you tomorrow.